We are at the 10th and 11th characteristic of the Supreme Creator in the series What is God according to major traditions. According to Bhagavad Gita, He is the giver of senses, but He does not have senses. And He is the giver of light, but He does not illuminate Himself. What does it mean? It has a hidden message behind these statements, which I will get to it in a minute, but the same statements are made by Bible and Quran as well. In biblical literature, the Supreme Creator is the one who provides, who satisfies every single need of every object in the universe. At the same time, He is self-subsisting. In Quran, 2 of 99 characteristics of the Supreme Creator are: one is Al-Mughni, which means satisfier of needs, and Qayyum, Al-Qayyum, which means self-subsisting, someone who is independent of those needs. So what are these verses trying to say? He is the giver of senses, but He does not have senses. He gives light, but He does not illuminate. He satisfies the needs, but He does not have those needs, which means He is not anything like this universe. He does not function like this universe at all. He is completely above and beyond this universe. The principles on which He functions are different than the principles on which universe functions. One good example is, imagine I created a robot, and the way robot functions is completely different from the way I function. Robot needs electricity, whereas electricity can kill me. Imagine robot is trying to reason the existence of his creator. The way robot functions, his world is completely different. He needs electricity. So anything that does not have electricity cannot function. That is in his world. Suddenly, if someone tells him that there is something else that can function without electricity, he would not accept it, because that is something that cannot come under the comprehension of his worldview. Right? So by that logic, he will conclude that his creator does not exist because someone told him that his creator does not need electricity. So this is the logic that we are trying to use when we reason the existence of the Supreme Creator. That is what these verses are trying to say. We are trying to find the Supreme Creator, reason His existence within the limits and the principles on which the universe functions. But these verses, on all the major traditions, advising us to go beyond those limits, go beyond these principles and try to reason it. In fact, in Vedic literature, it is very clearly mentioned that there are two different types of worlds. One is Apara Prakriti and other one is Para Prakriti. Apara Prakriti is the material world that we live in, material universe that we experience every object in the universe. But there is a different world which is called Para Prakriti. That's where the creator existed. And that world is something that we cannot experience through our senses, because our senses have the limit. So we must go beyond, again, the same theory, go beyond the limits and the principles on which universe functions. And there are three principles that universe fundamentally based on. One is everything in the universe is originated. Everything in the universe is constantly changing in every single second. On an atomic level, every single thing in the universe is changing within a fraction of time. And everything in the universe is destroyed. These three are the fundamental principles on which universe functions. And without these, universe cannot exist. Just the way without electricity, robot cannot exist. So now, if we try to reason the existence of God, we'll have to come to conclusion that God will also have created, changing, and destroyed. So that does not make sense as well, according to the major traditions again. So the Supreme Creator works on completely contrasting principles to this. He is uncreated, he is not changing, and he is immortal, which means he is not destroyed. He is that immortal being that animates the world, that animates the universe. And he is above and beyond the universe, and which is in para prakriti, according to the Vedic literature and according to biblical and Islamic literature as well. Interesting point here is the unity of human mind, where it is aspiring. Even if someone believes that these scriptures are written by human beings, not according to the traditions. Of course, tradition believe that these are revelations. Regardless, if we believe that these are written by human beings at different parts of the world at different ages, where there was no absolutely any communication between these cultures, and they came up with exactly same logic when they try to reason the existence of God, that he is uncreated, he is not changing, he is not destroyed, he is above and beyond this universe. And that is the supreme reality, that is the supreme creator that we must connect with. This is the logic every single culture came up with at different times and different ages. This is really interesting to see that the unity of the aspiration of human mind. This logic itself gives us a reason to think why human mind aspires aspires to connect with the same supreme reality. Why human mind comes to the same logical conclusion throughout the different ages and throughout the different cultures. This itself gives us a reason to think that there must be the supreme creator. There must be the supreme reality who created us and who obviously wants us to find him. That's why he made the way we are today. That's why he gave us the capability to think, to reason in the same way, no matter which culture we belong to. Something to think about. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.